complex. By day, he's just ordinary, but when he's the chicken, he's just so different.
I need this to be a secret more than you do.
Let me get this straight. You're the chicken?
Yeah, but somebody else was in the suit, Brad. It's not me. That's you.
He's brash and bold and daring.
You can live your whole life in a shell, or you can hatch. You can hatch.
The Disney Channel original movie, Hatching Pete. Coming soon to Disney Channel.
Welcome, one and all, to yet another episode of Escape from Vault Disney, the podcast where we review movies, TV shows, and short films available on Disney Plus, chosen completely at random. I am your host, Tony Goldmark. Joining us today in person is Morgan Funder, Kit Leitmeyer,
why do we have a chicken in here again?
and Brianna Garcia.
I love chicken.
And the reason we are talking about chicken is because this week the randomizer, in its infinite wisdom, has picked the 2009 Disney Channel original movie, Hatching Pete. There's two what look like tween or teen boys in it, one of whom is played by the boy on Hannah Montana, the other one of whom is dressed in a chicken suit with the head off in the preview image that Disney Plus is giving us. Has anyone in this room, by any chance, ever seen or heard of this movie?
I have not even heard of this.
I have no clue what this is.
I cannot believe the kid in the chicken suit is not Rupert Grint. Doesn't that look like Ron Weasley to you guys?
He looks like a Weasley, definitely.
Oh,
Maybe either Fred and or George.
With that hair, yeah.
Yeah.
Apologies if we're being racist towards redheads.
Apparently, he was on Good Luck Charlie, and I covered the Good Luck Charlie Christmas movie on this podcast a few years ago. The other kid played Oliver on Hannah Montana, so this is basically the male equivalent of like Demi and Selena both being in Princess Protection Program. We haven't gotten a DCOM on this podcast in a while. We used to get them all the damn time, but the last time we got one was the Under Wraps remake last Halloween, so we're overdue for one, and I guess it had to be the one called Hatching Pete. The one-sentence description here on Disney Plus says, the identity of Brewster High's mascot, the chicken, is a big mystery. It's not that much of a mystery. It's clearly the Weasley kid. It's clearly the Good Luck Charlie Weasley.
We're not supposed to know that.
It's a spoiler,
obviously.
right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a spoiler right in the image. It's one of these two kids. So maybe they're setting up a big plot twist where one of the kids is thought to be the chicken, but the real chicken is the other kid.
Or maybe the other kid fills in for the first
Maybe
kid.
one kid is allergic to feathers, but he can't let the powers that be know because his mother's sister-in-law
was a chicken.
Was a chicken, yeah. Or this is the only way to get the money for his little sister's operation or something.
Or perhaps the chicken is the friendship we found along the way.
Maybe the chicken is the friendship we found along the way.
This movie's going to be stupid, isn't it?
It's a DCOM, so yeah.
It looks like it's not just a turn off your brain movie. It's a fucking give yourself a lobotomy movie.
That would be really easy with those haircuts.
Beatlesy, monkeysy haircuts.
Yeah, these are the hippie kids. These are the kids who would be shoved into lockers.
Fifth movie Harry Potter hair.
It is. Yes. Same hair. What year did that come out?
2007.
Yeah,
this is 2009, so definitely
same hair.
capitalizing
Same
on
hair.
them trends.
This is definitely the most late aughties haircut for boys. It was everywhere.
We have said so much about just this one image.
It's all we've got.
It's mesmerizing. It's this kid smiling for some reason with this repulsively stupid chicken mascot on himself.
If they don't do the crazy chicken dance in this movie, I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed.
I feel like the emerald eyes of that chicken are staring right into my soul. Notice they're not pointing the same direction. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I'm uncomfortable. Part chicken, part frog.
I know this is wildly inappropriate for a movie starring and directed towards kids, but it reminds me of the chicken suit in that one Mr. Show sketch.
This year, the winter storms have left us overstocked and up to our necks in cock rings. At Cock Ring Warehouse, we've got the largest selection of new and used cock rings in the tri-state area. Follow this little guy. Any cock will do!
So that's all we can say about Hatching Pete without actually seeing the damn thing. Must we see the damn thing? I feel like we could get a whole episode out of just this one image.
Can you tell we're stalling?
I think we need to bite the bullet here. Please enjoy this beautiful music, folks, and we will be right back with our thoughts on the 2009 Disney Channel original movie, Hatching Pete. Right here on Escape from Vault Disney.
Come on home. See what's waiting for you. Waiting for you.
Okay, we just watched the 2009 DCOM Hatching Pete. Well, that was 90 precious minutes of my life I am never going to get back. None of us are.
I don't like chicken anymore.
What even is there to say about this? This movie may as well not have even existed. It makes no impact upon the space-time continuum unless you choose to watch it, in which case it ages you 40 years for some reason.
I wrote a haiku.
Please give us your haiku.
I am a spinning fossil, crumbling into dust before the credits roll.
I think that's the wrong number of syllables for a haiku, but
I don't have the
it's
brain
a free
power
verse
left.
haiku. Who cares?
Yes.
You tried. I'll finish it with a haiku about this movie.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Bok bok. Bok bok bagok. Bok bok.
We're going to see
Bok, bok,
chicken
bok.
suits in our nightmares for weeks.
All my notes look like chicken scratch.
I just started writing down chicken, 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 chicken over
Bok
and
bok
over.
cluck bok bagok.
All bok and no bagok make chicken adult chicken. Let me try to sum up what's wrong with this movie. It'd be much easier to sum up what's right with this movie, which we'll get to, but this movie feels like it was made on a dare. It feels like no one actually wanted to make it. Someone came up with the stupidest possible idea and dared the powers that be at the Disney Channel to actually make this movie. That's what this is.
It takes actual intent to be that malicious. I have to think that this was made from spare parts because they had access to a set and they had the script.
And they had the chicken suit.
And they had the chicken suit and they had the actors already under contract. It wasn't going to cost very much. Nobody in this movie wanted to be in it.
It was a subplot to a Disney Channel show that could have taken 15 minutes that they lasted 90 minutes.
Exactly. This was a B story in an episode of an It's a Laugh sitcom mercilessly stretched to 90 minutes. There basically is no B story in this.
And it has whole scenes of characters talking about their motivations, and none of their motivations make sense.
It reminded me of that Simpsons quote, whenever the chicken's not on screen, everyone has to ask, where's the chicken?
There is literally nothing else going in this town except that goddamn chicken.
This town is Westview, basically. Like, it's under the same spell. Someone has trapped these people in this town. There is some sort of force field preventing them from getting out, and they have nothing to fucking do all day.
This
so they
was
get
a beat-
fixated
Oh
over
my
a
God.
bad, ugly chicken suit.
Oh my God, Tony, I think you nailed it. I think we figured it out. This whole movie was a B plot in Westview that Wanda's magical editors cut for content.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
makes
my
sense.
God. And because of Marvel MCU shenanigans, it went about 14 or 15 years back in time and landed on the Disney Channel in 2009.
That's why there's that whole superhero
But
splooge.
it's not Marvel superheroes. They spent so much time plugging Superman in
Yep.
this Disney movie.
Well, that's why.
But we are through the looking glass
That's
here,
why they
people.
had to
This
send
is-
it back in time, because
Superman
otherwise
exists in the MCU.
That's true. We all saw Eternals.
Jack, that's Superman. Jack, that's Superman.
Jack, it's really funny, Jack.
No,
that is
no,
definitely not
he
Superman.
is Superman. I saw him on TV. He was in London fighting a monster. And you were with the cape and you were shooting laser beams out of your eyes.
I don't wear a cape.
I don't know how we can explain to you what this movie is. If you told someone the plot of this movie, it's not that they'd think you were insane, but they wouldn't believe you that it was a movie.
I figured out how to explain the plot.
Okay,
Do
go
you guys
on.
remember Animaniacs Chicken Boo?
Oh, yeah,
It is
yeah.
Chicken Boo in reverse.
Holy shit, you're right. They're
Okay, I
trying
need
to-
that explained. I'm way behind on my Animaniacs.
Chicken Boo is a giant chicken who dresses like a human, and he's always discovered at the end to be a giant chicken.
It's true. He is a giant chicken.
So now this one is the giant chicken being discovered to be a man.
Well, a teenager,
A
but...
teenager who
everyone-
just happens to look 26 going on 46.
And is a redhead in the screen cap on Disney Plus.
Yeah, he
but
was a
is
ginger.
strawberry blonde.
Yeah, there was some color mishap there. Although you were right, Morgan, a big part of the plot hinges on a character, namely the Hannah Montana boy, being allergic to the chicken suit, being allergic to feathers.
You mean Muggs McMuggs-a-lot?
Muggs McMuggs-a-lot of the Muggs-a-lot clan.
He also looked to be 35.
He needed to uphold the honor of the chicken name because the Muggs-a-lot clan has been mugging in the chicken suit, apparently without ever being any good at it.
This family needs to get out of this town.
This town needs to be quarantined for its own good. For the good of the nation, no one can get in or out. It's just not safe. Is this madness going to spread everywhere?
Someone call Wanda Maximoff. We got one for her.
It's a doomsday cult, for God's sake. They are forming a doomsday cult. They all know it's a chicken suit.
Yep.
No one's under any delusion that it's some real magical chicken. Everyone knows it's just a guy in a chicken suit, and they're still going fucking berserk over him.
I have a list of things that the people who made this movie think are funny.
Go right ahead.
People falling down is funny.
Classic.
The pratfalls.
Classic.
Mascot costumes doing things looks funny.
Does it, though?
People getting stuff on their face is funny.
Oh, yeah, the dad with the oil on his face. That was hysterical.
And the cupcake.
And the cupcakes.
Yeah, the kid eating the cupcake, getting frosting all over his face.
Or him shoving snot in people's faces.
Lord. You really have to cherry pick for it, and you have to suffer through a lot of shit to get to it. But believe it or not, this movie does have its moments. They're just all in the last half hour, and they all play on the comic juxtaposition of this chicken somehow being so important to this town. There's moments where the sheer fact that this many people give this much of a shit about
a
this
high school
stupid
mascot costume.
high school mascot chicken suit, it achieves a level of absurdity that is occasionally funny. Like the scenes of the coach fucking crying because the chicken wouldn't show up, or that old lady who shows up to every fucking game for some reason.
And has her hair styled in like a rooster chicken comb style and leaves in rage when the mascot doesn't show up.
The chicken didn't show up.
We've been stood up again. I am tired of looking like a fool. Where's that chicken that's supposed to...
There is no chicken. There is no God either.
They dropped that lady in there. Like, we're supposed to care about her and know who she is.
She doesn't even have a kid at that school. She stormed out alone.
They make a big deal about the sale of the sports team tickets. The chicken is becoming financially important because people are buying the tickets to
That's
the
why
sports.
they could drop $2,000 on the zip line at the end.
Of course, there's a zip line. I've seen so many funnier mascot costumes. In fact, I've seen funnier mascot costumes in Disney Channel movies. Mm-hmm. When I covered Luck of the Irish on this podcast last year, there is a scene in Luck of the Irish. It's one of the funnier jokes in the movie. Basically, the protagonist is this kid who's had this luck his whole life because he's had this magic amulet around his neck. It doesn't matter. The point is, his luck runs out. He was scoring all the baskets for the basketball team previously, and now he's not scoring any baskets. All the kids at the school who formerly loved him now hate him. And there's a scene where the school's mascot, who's this freaky-looking eagle mascot, walks up to him and just shakes his head at him and walks off. And it's the funniest goddamn thing. I think I figured out why this movie was made. It was meant to be a spin-off starring the eagle suit from Luck of the Irish, but then they couldn't find that eagle suit. Maybe it fled to Mexico when it read the script to this garbage, so they made it a chicken suit instead.
It was probably a real mascot that they just hired for the day, and no one bothered to write his name down. They just handed him some money and let him go because they weren't working union.
Didn't you say that the chicken in this movie looked like some mascot for a San Diego team?
The San Diego Padres used to have a chicken mascot.
And you Googled some pictures of it, and it looks similar to this one. It's not exactly the same.
Yeah. Did the Padres chicken ever have like a big following? Like, was that ever a thing?
It
did?
Oh, he had a very big following.
It just made me want Gritty to show up and ride a wrecking ball through this entire movie.
It made me want Gritty to show up and just beat the shit out of the chicken.
That would be funny.
And beat the shit out of everyone in the goddamn town. Leave no survivors.
Especially that old lady.
That horrible
that old lady could probably hold her own for what it's worth.
That's true. When there was no chicken to be seen, she was out there assaulting people.
Yeah.
Beating them with her purse.
Yeah.
I am honestly surprised how angry I am at this movie. Because for the first 2/3 of it, for the first hour or so of this fucking 90-minute travesty, I was saying to myself, well, it's not good. It's boring the living shit out of me. But you know what? It's too slight and too inoffensive for me to even muster any rage at it. I'm just going to be bored when we talk about our post-conceptions. But then what happens in the third act? In the last 30 minutes, there are actually a few semi-decent jokes. And that, I think, is what makes me angry. They had the potential to be that absurdist through the whole movie, and it might have actually produced some crazy, weird, absurdist comic masterpiece. I could actually kind of see the potential of how this might have worked if you put some people on this movie who are just fucking lunatics and work in aliens and Loch Ness monsters and shit, and maybe by the end, the entire town is wearing chicken suits or something, and they overtly make it a doomsday cult or something. It's already a movie about a goddamn chicken suit. You cannot be taken seriously at that point, so just fucking go nuts with it. And that's what I hated. That's why I'm so goddamn angry. This movie did not go nuts with an inherently nuts premise. Why am I getting so angry at the fucking chicken suit movie? What has become of me?
Guys, I think we need help.
I think this movie broke me.
It did. Tony, I'm so sorry, Tony.
See, I am offended by how inoffensive this movie is, making it into a death to Smoochie kind of thing.
Oh my God. If they had gone the death to Smoochie route with this fucking thing, it would have redeemed it.
Yeah.
It might not have been good, but at least it would have gone to a length where we could respect the effort. There's nothing I can respect about this fucking thing.
The problem is that requires fucks, and this movie
was
made by a bunch of people who just had no fucks. Or if they had fucks, they were hoarding all of their fucks. They weren't giving away a single fuck. Their fucks were on lockdown. They were saving up their fucks to treat themselves to something nice at the end of the fuck semester.
I think they were trying to get fucked. I think they were...
No one had a fuck to spare for this. No one cared.
Well, they can go fuck themselves
the people
then.
in the background didn't even care. Did you pay attention to anybody in the background that were just standing there just staring at nothing?
The out-of-sync clapping that they sometimes cut to.
Pep rally at the beginning where everyone is just standing there barely clapping and all resting bitch-faced.
Yeah. Well, that is how I remember pep rallies.
You know, you mentioned Death to Smoochie, and I'm reminded of a semi-famous quote from Roger Ebert's review of Death to Smoochie, where he said, "It takes a great deal of talent to make a movie this bad."
Yeah.
And he was absolutely right. And this movie had none of that talent.
No talent and no fucks.
This piece of shit couldn't even be bothered to have the decency to be an interesting disaster. It's just not
good. We do not recommend it in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, spoiler alert for the end of this podcast.
Even the title, Hatching Pete, is just so fucking awkward. Why not just call it
Chicken Movie?
Clucky the Magic Rooster, or whatever the fuck his name was supposed to be.
Because maybe it's supposed to be a touching coming out story, how Pete finally let his friends in on his secret life as a furry.
Is it really a furry if he's a chicken? Isn't he a feathery?
I don't know the terminology. I won't lie.
I think they put Pete in there because it was the only way we would remember the main character's name.
Yeah, I forgot his best friend's name several times, and he was the other protagonist.
I only remember it because Cletus is a terrible, terrible name. And who the hell names their child Cletus?
The friend is fucking named Cletus.
Most folk will never lose a toe, and then again some vocal like Cletus the slack-jawed yokel.
That boy is not his friend.
I was going to say, I'm going to put quotes around friend.
Cletus is history's greatest monster.
He's toxic.
He was a horrible fucking friend to Pete. So here's what happens in the goddamn movie. Let's actually explain the plot. Let's dive into this fucking chicken rabbit hole.
All right.
Cletus is the school mascot who's this fucking chicken. But immediately the movie establishes that he's allergic to being in the chicken suit. He's allergic to the feathers, or he's allergic to the fabric somehow.
The first shots of this movie are the chicken suit falling down repeatedly.
Yep, sure
because
is.
Comedy. And then the marching band comes by and they part around the chicken suit as it's failing to stand up. And that is also fun.
No one's helping him up. This is a town full of monsters.
Yep.
Because at first, remember, they don't like the chicken.
That marching band, do we ever see any of them out of uniform?
No.
Or are they just...
They live in those uniforms.
They live in those uniforms. They're just always there providing the soundtrack.
Once you put the uniform on, it doesn't come off.
He's having a hard time in the chicken suit, but he feels the need to keep doing it because he comes from a long line of people who were in that chicken mascot suit, and he feels compelled to continue on the family name. Now, spoilers, it turns out his dad was allergic to the chicken suit too, and his dad also felt compelled to do it just to continue the family tradition. So this whole movie didn't even have to happen. The plot could have been resolved in 5 minutes by characters talking to each other.
Proud of you, Cletus. You had the guts to fly the coop.
Wah, wah. And by the way, even before the chicken suit becomes the biggest thing since sliced bread, this town runs on a rooster-based economy. Everything in the town, the sports team is called the Roosters, which is why the mascot is a giant chicken. Really, it's a giant rooster, but fuck it, it's funnier to say chicken. Chicken has the hard K.
Chicken is what they call it.
Yeah, exactly.
Also on the list of things that are funny, people saying the word chicken repeatedly. The word chicken is funny.
So,
chicken.
The sports team is named the Roosters. The restaurant has a rooster in the logo and is called Rooster Nation. It took me an embarrassingly long amount of time to piece together, oh, the town is called Brewster. And rooster rhymes with Brewster. That's why everything's named after a rooster. That's how creative the people in this town and the people making this movie were.
Wow.
I also would like to point out there wasn't a single actual chicken in this movie, but there was a duck.
Where was the duck?
There was a duck in the background when he's in the backyard jumping on the trampoline talking with his dad.
Oh.
Behind his dad is a pond, and there is a mallard in the pond.
That's all they got. They could have had chickens roaming on the property. People have pet chickens.
Well, I mean,
just random chickens walking around the city.
Yeah, so the basketball team at the school flat out sucks. They can't win a game to save their lives. They're ranked lowest. They've scored only like 20 points the whole season.
And the coach has severe anxiety and
the
depression.
Coach played by We Have Will Arnett at home.
The coach hates his job, hates his life. I have expected a later scene in the movie to just cut to someone knocking at his door. Coach, are you there? The game's about to start, and he's just hanged himself. Oh, God.
Or he's downing pills.
He's got not just one flask, but like 5 of them stashed around
Tony,
his office.
would you like to get back to the plot?
So, because Cletus...
Hey there, Derek. My name is Little Cletus.
...is allergic to the fucking chicken suit, he begs his friend Pete, who is this kid no one pays attention to. His own biology teacher doesn't even know he exists. He says, hey, Pete, I need you to be the chicken suit, at least for the game tonight. So he begrudgingly puts on the chicken suit just to help out his friend, and then something happens. It involves some sort of weird amnesia magic, like he bonks his head on something, and suddenly he gives a shit about being the chicken.
Suddenly he remembers that he was in gymnastics as a kid.
Yeah,
and he can do gymnastics in the suit.
He can do like a double backflip in a chicken costume.
He gets the crowd
Nobody's
pumped.
reasons for doing anything make any sense in this movie.
He starts actually exerting a bunch of energy into being the chicken, and the crowd fucking goes nuts for him. And then, over the course of the first 2 acts, the chicken becomes the town's biggest celebrity. He's just being a fucking mascot. He's not doing anything that a million other mascots haven't done. And the town just goes berserk for him, and he becomes this local hero, essentially. I know it sounds like we're exaggerating. We're really not.
A town this obsessed with its high school basketball team that sucks. Their minds are blown when they see a sports mascot doing sports mascot things.
I mean, also because he starts pumping up the crowd and getting them to actually, what a weird concept, encourage these players, they actually start winning a few games. Or no, they don't actually win a few games. They just score more points than they normally would because they don't actually win a game until their last game.
Up to this point, everyone thinks it's Cletus.
Yeah, everyone still thinks it's Cletus in the chicken suit. And so once he becomes this celebrity, suddenly all the girls are like, oh, Cletus, oh, you're so cool. You're
all the
so
girls
cool
who are already in relationships with other people.
Oh, my God. And
are talking about how hot the chicken is.
Yeah.
Not even just the guy in the chicken suit. They are all in love with the chicken.
Because
they call him
Disney is
the
losing
chicken.
their Robin Hood audience, so they need to come up with a new furry for everybody to pine over.
Oh, God, fuck me in the chicken suit.
Oh, God. Put your chicken head on and kiss me.
Takes a tough man to make a tender forecast, Nick.
I guess that's me.
Keep fucking that chicken.
Every woman of all ages in this movie is horny for the chicken.
Oh my god.
The chicken gets all the chicks.
He's gonna fertilize all their eggs.
I'm leaving right now.
This is a really horny movie.
But it's uncomfortably horny and not even in a realistic sense.
Cletus comes in within the first 15 minutes and is hitting on his best friend's mother.
Oh, yeah, that made me so mad.
Even if for some unholy reason you actually have a fetish for chicken suits, I can't imagine this movie doing it for you.
No.
Such a failure on every level.
I know actual furries could build a better suit.
Oh, yeah.
And probably write a better script.
Probably.
A more meaningful coming-of-age story about coming out as a furry in front of the whole school.
And since Pete's the one in the chicken suit, but everyone thinks it's Cletus, for a while there I actually thought, is this
going to turn into Cyrano de Bergerac, but with a chicken suit? Because that might actually be interesting, but no, nothing like that whatsoever.
That would require an entire idea.
During that first game where Pete is the chicken, he fucks with the coach a lot. And the coach later is really angry at Cletus, who he thinks was in the costume. And Cletus is kind of getting bullied by the members of the team because he was kind of fucking with them too. And the coach scares them all off. But then the coach said,
I wish I could cut those boys loose. Play patty cake with your face.
Like, in the Roger Rabbit sense? Ew.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that line made me uncomfortable.
And then the coach walks off crying because the chicken made fun of the coach, too.
His emotions were all over the place.
Man!
He's a grown man.
What is wrong with these people?
He's threatening a high schooler over a fucking basketball game.
And look, the concept of an over-emotional, anxiety-ridden gym teacher who wears his emotions on his sleeve and cries in front of the students, that's a funny idea on paper. And not just funny, but really cathartic to, I'm sure, a bunch of kids watching who have to deal with psychotic, sadistic gym teachers at their school. The problem is, the actor just doesn't have the comic chops to pull it off. Like you said, this guy is We Have Will Arnett at home. Will Arnett would have fucking nailed this role, but of course a Disney Channel movie couldn't afford fucking Will Arnett. Although, you know who they could afford to play the principal? Edward Herman!
He's fucking Herman Munster!
He did play Herman Munster in a 90s TV movie reboot, yeah.
TV's monstrously funny family returns. Oops, you scared me to life. In an all-new movie adventure for the 90s.
But more than that, Edward Herman was a very respected character actor. He was the grandpa in Gilmore Girls. He was FDR in Annie. He was Richie Rich's dad in the Richie Rich movie, the Macaulay Culkin one, not the Christmas one.
He was in The Lost Boys.
He was in The Lost Boys. I mean, the man worked with Scorsese and Oliver Stone and the Coen brothers and Warren Beatty and Woody Allen back when that meant something.
And how did he end up here?
I don't know. Maybe he had a grandkid who watched the Disney Channel all the time
and he wanted to impress the kids, so he said, sure, I'll be in your chicken suit movie.
Maybe he lives in Utah.
He owed somebody money.
Oh yeah, big fucking surprise. This Disney Channel movie was shot in Utah, just like they all were.
This high school is the same high school they used in Camp Rock.
Oh, God.
Really? It kind of looked to me like possibly the same high school in either Read It and Weep or Luck of the Irish.
Oh, I also had a note about Read It and Weep when the chicken does a thing and the whole school overnight, the whole town goes mental for this chicken. I haven't seen a whole school go this wild for something no one has ever gone wild for ever since Read It and Weep.
How about the fucking scene where Cletus is in the lunchroom surrounded by his admirers and he raises his fist like a black nationalist and says, "Power to the poultry." Why?
And everyone clapped.
And racism was solved forever.
Ow!
I mean, it is Utah.
Yeah, that's true.
God.
This movie had almost every single high school trope, like the bullies and everything, but they never touch on any of it.
Ever again.
Yeah.
They all just kind of come and go. It's true. This isn't a movie that's even trying to portray real teenagers.
Obviously, this is a very stupid movie where very stupid things happen, but in the real world, these teenagers' appreciation of this fucking chicken suit, there's no way it would be sincere. Maybe they'd worship the chicken ironically because they're fucking dipshit teenagers.
Yeah,
but
hail
there's
the whale
no way.
sort of sense.
You almost feel sorry for Cletus because you think if this were in any way realistic, he'd actually think he was popular when really they were making fun of him.
Yeah.
You know they're laughing at you, right? I mean, that's my theory.
So Pete starts getting annoyed that he's doing all this work in the chicken suit, but he's not getting any recognition from it. And Cletus keeps being manipulative towards him. I got serious Michael Jackson's dad vibes from this guy. Exploiting this kid.
Tells you a lie with a straight face, and then immediately after they get what they want, they admit they were lying. With the same exact expression.
I'm dying. One of his lines is he's telling his friends, I'm dying because I have to wear this chicken suit.
I'm dying in this chicken suit from allergies.
Mom, Dad, Bike's dead! That's right, dead serious about going to Itchy and Scratchy Land.
That's really early in the movie, but even by that point, when he said I'm dying, I just said, oh, thank God. Because fuck you, kid.
I'm dying, and I need $500. No,
we never find out what he needed the $500 for.
What the $500 is for? What is it for?
You don't want to know.
He's like William H. Macy in Fargo. You never learn why he needs the money, he just needs the money.
I'm in a bit of trouble.
What kind of trouble you in, Jerry?
Well, I'm not gonna get into, see, I just need the money.
He's trying to convince Pete, hey, this is a win-win situation for both of us, and then just describes all the wins for himself. No win at all for Pete.
And then at the end, he throws in, and you get to have fun in the chicken suit.
Yeah.
You get to perform for Daddy. You get to make Daddy money and accolades.
You're doing it for the exposure, minus the exposure part.
Exactly.
You enjoy performing in the chicken suit, right? So why won't you do it for no money or recognition?
But he's doing it for something. Remember, Cletus is going to hook him up with his sister, who happens to look like the same girl that Cletus wants, too.
I could not tell them apart.
I could not either.
all.
That was driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I literally could not tell whose sister was whose.
I thought I could tell the nerdy girl love interest apart from the nerdy girl not love interest, but no, they're both wearing headbands.
There's a scene where the girl Cletus is pining over jumps in his arms because she's into him now that the chicken's cool. And I actually thought, did his sister just jump into his arms?
They're all clones of each other.
It's a little creepy that he has a crush on a girl who looks just like his sister.
And they aren't even the top tier Disney clones. These are the clones.
These were the rejected ones.
And these clones were cast-offs from the vats where they grew the High School Musical stars. They didn't pass the exit exam. They were going to be liquidated, but you know what? We're being much too mean to this movie. This movie is why they got to stay out of the Soylent Green grinder.
They would have been made into McNuggets, ironically enough. Speaking of High School Musical, though, at one point, Cletus says to Pete, you gotta get your head in the game. Subtle.
Did any of you guys notice what everyone was wearing? It was like they just had one trailer full of hoodies and one trailer full of just colored t-shirts and jeans, and that's all the kids wore.
Oh yeah, no, the wardrobe was all on loan from other Disney Channel originals.
But yet they had the budget to give the basketball team not only actual uniforms for their home games, but different uniforms for their away games.
And by the way, their home games and their away games are all very clearly filmed in the exact same gymnasium.
Yep. Shot from the same exact angles.
They probably had one weekend to film this entire thing at a rented high school.
I'm telling you, it's another Westview situation. There's a force field around the town. No one can leave. All they can do is play in their own gymnasium and pretend they're somewhere else.
There's never anybody rooting for the other team until the last game. If you look in the background of the audience, everybody is wearing chicken stuff, even on their away games.
And we gotta talk about that quote-unquote away game and the bus trip presumably just going around in circles around the town, because the movie does a fucking
fake out on the audience. The girl that Cletus is into starts flirting with the chicken on the bus.
Want to go somewhere after the game? We could miss the bus. Have to find our own way home.
We could get kidnapped in human traffic. That'd be fun.
Oh, God.
What is this movie?
Yes, that's exactly what she said.
One of the kids is skeptical that it's actually Cletus in the costume, and they're like, all right, come on, let's take your head off. And it really is Cletus. So I guess Cletus anticipated that would happen because he's a fucking precog?
He was clairvoyant.
And he doesn't even sneeze the entire time until they take the head off.
Yeah, what a coincidence.
You know what? It's the Marvels rule where they can switch places with each other.
There you go.
And speaking of superheroes, in the scene where they talk about Superman, where they talk about how, oh, you're living a double life. You're like Superman and Clark Kent.
Yeah, well, it's like being Clark Kent when Superman's the only one that gets noticed.
But Clark never complains, Pete.
That's how you know this was made before the Snyderverse.
Oh. I can't stand to fly.
So like we said, the chicken keeps getting bigger and bigger. He becomes a town hero. There's a parade that goes down the one street in this town that has all these homemade floats, and the big float is the chicken suit, obviously with Pete in it, hatching out of this fake egg and doing this big Disney Channel pep rally pop song number, which, by the way, what is the title of that song?
Let It Go.
Let It Go. A Disney movie with a song called Let It Go. It'll never work. Why in God's name would the Lopez's care about this movie? No reason.
And all the cheerleaders are dancing with him, too.
Yay, dancing!
Now, Cletus has been showing up to games wearing this bad face paint to disguise himself. So he shows up to the parade dressed in this fucking cowboy outfit with this big-ass mustache. And for some stupid reason, the cheerleaders pull him onto the float, just this one random guy and no other townspeople, and then his mustache gets torn off in the dance and everyone recognizes, wait, that's Cletus. If he's not the chicken, then who is? The chicken fucking runs off, steals the sheriff's car, and just drives like hell. And you see him driving off, and in the background there's a mountain because Utah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna go live in the mountains for the rest of his life.
He's returning to the wild.
Epic chase, and that should have been it. They should chase him through town. That should be the new plot twist.
Yeah, they should have done a big-ass bullet car chase.
The part that I don't get that comes up next.
The one part you don't get.
The one part
Just
that
the
threw
one.
me for a loop for absolutely no reason at all. When the chicken is driving off with the cop car, the cops then turn to Cletus and take him into custody.
arrest him!
They arrest him for
What the fuck did he
no
do?
fucking
Well, I mean,
reason.
He did a lot, but they don't know that.
No, they have no idea who this kid is.
He told the chicken to take the car.
This one random kid they take into custody. Why? Why did they do that?
I thought it was because they're like, he's wearing Cletus's chicken suit. Cletus probably knows who he gave it to.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, then they let him go without finding out how.
They don't interrogate him
No,
properly.
no.
They should have given him a full fucking Law and Order desk lamp perp sweating, like pounding on the desk. We know you know where the chicken is.
What you do is you have someone decapitating chickens right behind the, the
They
sheriff.
didn't even do the good cop, bad cop. Like, come on.
They just suddenly drop the sheriff and his nephew out of nowhere, and then they disappear into nowhere.
Please forgive me. Good coop, bad coop.
Please see yourself out, Tony.
And by the way, when they find out the chicken's not Cletus and he runs off, then we get the first actual no bullshit laugh in this movie when not Will Arnett, the fucking coach, says, "We've been bamboozled."
We actually laughed.
We all laughed.
It was mostly the delivery, but
Yeah.
fuck it, I'll take it.
Yeah, the one good
We
laugh.
were an hour into the movie and we finally got a laugh.
57 minutes into this goddamn 90-minute movie.
Yep.
There was kind of half a good laugh later on. Pete's worried that the law is after him now.
I stole the sheriff's car.
So? Dude, you had no choice. You were being chased by a mob. You're legally allowed to do whatever you want when you're being chased by a mob. It's in the Constitution.
Now, he doesn't deliver that line
No.
well, but at least that's a funny line on paper.
It's a funny concept.
Also, I forgot to mention, when the chicken hatches from the egg on the parade float, they play fucking Also Sprach Zarathustra, the music from 2001.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
The ascension of poultry.
That's what this movie needed, Kubrick. Kubrick would have wasted like 87 takes just trying to get the egg to hatch.
Oh my god, can you imagine if some cruel god imprisoned Stanley Kubrick in a pocket dimension and wouldn't let him go until he directed a movie based on this script?
It's Eyes Wide Shut, but instead of the masks, they're all wearing chicken suits.
Oh, God.
And that cruel god is Shelley Duvall. Payback's a bitch.
Also, we forgot to mention Angela.
Angela, yeah, the love interest.
Angela headbands.
She's discovering herself that she's into furries because she's got a thing for the chicken, and then also Pete realizes he does not have the hots anymore for Cletus' sister. He now likes
Has
Angela.
the hots for Angela.
Yeah.
And Angela doesn't want to know who's behind the chicken suit.
She's
No,
just digging
she's-
that chicken.
She is digging the
Because
mystery.
it spoils the magic.
Disney.
Magic!
Disney magic.
She's a secret furry. Let's be real.
That's why Houston dumped her over a text message.
That's true. Her boyfriend texted her and dumped her because he found out the truth.
Which gives our hero a chance to do the gal pal thing and give her a shoulder to cry on and show how he's so much nicer and will be better for her.
He's just the rebound. Let's be real.
No, she's really serious about the chicken.
The chicken, yeah.
That's all she cares about is the chicken.
Yeah.
So this worthless ass town.
She only likes him for his cock.
Ba-dum-bum.
Good night, everyone.
Because this worthless ass town is under this Westview magic spell where they can't think about anyone or anything but this stupid chicken, he makes the front page. Was that Photoshop in
It had to be. He got away in the cop car. There was no opportunity for them to get photos of this fucking chicken, and yet his mugshot of the chicken is on the front page.
Maybe they're in the chicken archives.
They never apprehended him.
Maybe Cletus's dad got apprehended in the chicken suit years and years ago.
Sure, why not?
They just saved him in the archives.
Or
you never
Cletus's
know.
aunt or uncles who also played the chicken.
One of them had to have gotten arrested for that mugshot.
I was looking at the jewelry they put on Angela headbands. Why does she accessorize like a middle-aged librarian?
It came across to me like kind of 50s Barbie.
It's just like the girl in High School Musical. You've got to make her look awkward somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise, how will we know that she's supposed to be the nerdy one?
She's brunette. I don't know.
Another kind of semi-laugh in this movie is when the coach is talking to the principal and he's saying, how could they drop the charges? He stole the sheriff's car.
Come on, Corky. Who here among us has never stolen the sheriff's car when we were young?
Okay, that was good.
I know
Edward
I have.
Herman sold that line. That
was
got
good.
a semi-decent laugh out of me.
Yeah.
When the entire school is obsessed with finding out who the real chicken is, they just know it's not Cletus. No one thinks to ask Cletus.
I think the cops were the only one who did.
Like, it was Cletus's suit, right? The entire town has been able to think about nothing else other than this chicken's secret identity.
Yeah.
And no one thinks to ask the one guy who
Who
definitely
they know
knows.
had access to the chicken suit.
Right.
He never spilled the beans.
Where's Nancy Drew when you need her?
And we got to talk about the TV show. There's this local, for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to assume it's public access. I can't imagine anyone outside this community giving a shit.
Hosted by, I can't believe it's not Luke Wilson.
Yeah, exactly. The show says, hey, if you are the chicken and you can hear this, then I challenge you to come on my show and be interviewed. And Pete actually takes him up on it, even though he's supposed to be hiding out from the law. So they have the chicken in the studio, and they're interviewing the chicken, but they're digitally altering his voice to sound like a high-pitched helium chipmunk voice.
Hello, Tommy. Yes, the chicken's voice has been electronically altered to protect his identity.
Here's the problem with that. There's a studio audience! You do that in post! You can't do that for real in front of people unless you inhale a balloon.
Literally, that's the only way he could have done it was inhale a ton of helium before the
chicken
interview.
suit was full of helium.
Oh, God. That poor kid.
He doesn't know which way is up. He's too high on helium.
That's why he stole the cop car.
Oh, God. He's hopped up on goofballs.
Goofballs.
The more we talk about this movie, the more I descend into madness. It's apples for Bob all over again.
We're actually making this movie sound slightly interesting, and I'm not
it's
okay
really
with
not.
that.
Humble listeners, do not be misled. You are being much more entertained right now than you would be if you saw the movie.
By the way, the director of this was Stuart Gillard, whose directing credits include Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Oh,
the one where they go back in time.
Yeah.
Rocket Man with Harlan Williams, which I actually think is underrated. And a bunch of other DCOMs, including 2 that I've already covered on this show.
Oh.
Going to the Mat and the Scream Team, which Morgan and I covered and which we quite liked. So I don't know what happened to this guy.
Was this his early work?
No, this was 7 years after the Scream Team.
Damn.
Scream Team was an actual movie.
Oh, God.
Something must have been going on in his life.
As much as a DCOM can be an actual movie.
Hey.
The effects were still shit, but it was a decent movie.
competently put together.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
had a working script, it had emotional beats that landed, and it had a point. What was the point of this besides the world loves your persona so much more than it loves you?
Wow.
Finally, after the town fucking loses their mind, everyone loses faith in God and government and every fucking thing.
Chicken Jesus.
It's just chaos everywhere. There's riots in the street because this fucking chicken won't show up for the basketball game. That's exaggerated, but it may as well fucking be. Then finally, at the last game of the season, the chicken not only shows up.
It's Pete, by the way.
It's Pete, yeah, takes off his mask, but first fucking zip lines in from the rafters in the ceiling.
Because, Tony, they had $2,000 to spare.
They had to use the chicken signal somehow.
The chicken signal! They made a fucking bat signal, but with the shape of a chicken! Why?
They had $2,000 from ticket sales from the fucking basketball game.
That's where the movie's budget went.
Because it sure as hell wasn't with the wardrobe.
Again, some of these ideas, at least at first, sound so absurd that they could potentially be funny. In a better, more consistent movie that wasn't afraid to really go for it, I think some of these ideas would be really funny. But this film does not have the fucking wings for that.
I have a question for the final game. The band was playing almost the entire time. Is that a normal thing during
Maybe
the game?
at final game.
This band never stops playing.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it has been a privilege playing with you tonight.
It wasn't even a championship because this team has lost every game this season. Oh, by the way, the team finally wins a game.
Oh, yeah.
Bravo. Wins by 1 point because, of course, they do.
I know this movie doesn't give a shit about good storytelling, but I was put off by the fact that the movie never focuses on the team themselves, because it's never about, oh, the team gains more confidence or they actually practice to get better. No, we're just running off the pure energy of the fucking chicken and somehow we play better.
The power of the chicken compels you. The power of chicken compels you.
That's all you get.
So Pete takes off his fucking head, and Kid actually predicted this beat before it happened. He took off his head and no one recognized him. Not even his own parents.
No, they didn't.
What were his parents doing at the game? None of their kids play basketball.
They don't know it's Pete in the suit. They were at every basketball game while Pete was at home sometimes running the fucking bakery or whatever's attached to their house.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what kind of restaurant they were running.
I heard catering business.
Oh, it's catering. Okay, because there was baked goods, but also they had a rooster on the logo, so I thought it was a fried chicken place at first.
Who fucking knows?
The chicken cake in the background at the beginning.
There was a chicken cake?
There was a giant chicken cake. It was the mascot.
There was a cock cake? Is that what you're saying?
Damn it! God damn it!
A cock cake.
Apparently Pete works in this bakery more than his parents.
I figured out the proper name for this movie.
What?
Air Cluck.
Oh, I was 100% expecting the chicken to score the winning basket at the end, and he doesn't.
There's no rules that say the chicken can't play.
I mean, there are a few shots here and there of the chicken making slam dunks, but I assume that's just halftime shenanigans.
You know what? I bet that wasn't Pete.
I'm not sure that's Pete.
Of course it's Pete. Look at him.
What if
The
they had
suit came
taken the
alive.
head off the suit and there's nothing
The
inside?
suit itself came alive. Oh my God.
That sounds like an R.L. Stein twist.
Or I guess it was just them showing that the players all felt the chicken inside of them, and so it was the metaphor of the chicken pride becoming the player, so they could now slam dunk.
Wow, kid, you
Their
got deep.
confidence brought it to life. That's why no one knows who's in the chicken suit.
The chicken is all of us.
The real chicken was the friends we made along the way.
I was right all along.
So Angela is helping Pete get the chicken head off. Before the chicken head is even off, she said, "Let me help you with that, Pete." Oh, you knew all along? Yeah, you told Tommy, remember? Who the fuck is Tommy?
I had no idea who the fuck Tommy was. I was screaming about
I
that.
swear that's got to be a scene that they cut out and they just never thought about it.
Oh
when they
my
were.
God.
Even the editor didn't bother to watch this movie back after he was done
I'm
cutting
looking
it.
this up. I'm going to see who Tommy was.
Who the fuck was Tommy?
I don't remember any Tommy in this movie.
We all sat there baffled. Was Tommy a character we just missed?
You do realize this is going to be our rosebud for the rest of our lives.
Oh, shit.
We are going to go down the rabbit hole to try to figure out who the fuck Tommy was.
The only way to resolve it would be to watch the movie again.
No!
There is
anything
not
but
even
that.
a picture of the person who played Tommy.
Oh my
on this
God!
thing.
There is no Tommy.
There is no Tommy.
Only Zool.
Tommy doesn't exist. We all hallucinated Tommy. Where are we? What is happening?
Tony, please tell me we're done soon.
We're almost finished, but first, I do believe the time has come to answer that question that has baffled mankind and chicken suit kind through the ages, namely, what's the attraction? So as far as I'm aware, there has never been any Hatching Pete representation at the Disney parks, and why in Christ's holy name would there be? But now that everyone's gonna go insane watching this movie, and they're gonna lose so much of their sanity that they're gonna need to rewatch this movie over and over again to try to pick the pieces of their lives together and figure out where it all went wrong. Disney's gonna interpret that as this movie being really popular and think, hey, we gotta put this movie into the park somewhere and the contagion will continue to spread. How are they gonna do that, Bree?
The new attraction is like Autopia, but you're going to get into one of the cars and a mascot character will jump in the vehicle with you and drive away, and then you have to flee the cops.
Kit!
They're changing the Bippity Boppity Boutique into the Bockety Bockety Boutique. And you get to pick out your own feather sauna. To drive the cars of the Autopia in.
Morgan!
The marching band.
Oh, no.
The marching band is just following you. You specifically. No one else seems to see or hear them, but they're there, shadowing your every move, punctuating your every thought and emotion. And you're pretty sure they're there because they're all staring at you. But why does no one else react to them? Why does no one else seem to see them? Are you going
Now I'm
in?
just a parent from Peanuts.
I tell you.
Don't look down, Morgan. Now you're in the marching band suit.
No!
One of us.
Well, very fortunately, you're all wrong.
Thank God.
What they are going to do is Disneyland and Disney World and all the other Disney parks in the world will be no more. Welcome to the chicken suit indoctrination camp. As you enter, they stick you in a chicken suit and you are a chicken.
No!
All hail chicken! All hail chicken!
No!
All hail chicken! So final verdict, folks. I'm sure we'll have a very healthy difference of opinion on this part of the show. Is Hatching Pete a Disney Plus or a Disney Minus, Morgan?
Kill me. This is not just a minus.
Okay.
This is a minus that was dropped into the ocean and hit the bottom of the Marianas Trench 3.5 hours later and is still going.
Kit, plus or minus?
Bach.
I balk at this movie too. Plus or minus, Kit. Gotta be one or the other.
Bach, bach.
Hold on, I speak poultry. Bok, bok, bok.
Bach, 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 bach.
Bok, bok.
Bach, bach.
The language on this one.
This movie has broken all of us. We are one with
They
the chicken.
said Disney minus, by the way.
Bree?
I think my soul has left my body, and in its place is just a husk of what I used to be, so...
You're an empty chicken suit of a person.
I am. Let me die. This
She's
was a
plucked
minus.
headless chicken carcass.
Minus, I'm leaving. Goodbye.
She just walked into the ocean.
Well, there goes my ride.
It's unanimous. This is a huge Disney minus. And the weird thing is, like I said, at first, I thought it was just going to be boring. But the boredom in the first hour or so, that was just a prep for us losing our minds in the last half hour, partly from boredom, but also from realizing this could have actually been a funny movie. The cognitive dissonance drove us all to madness, and we may never come back.
We were 15 minutes into it the first time you told us to stay strong. In the end, we were just kind of riffing it as we watched it just to keep ourselves sane long enough to finish the movie.
That said, technically, because it did actually have a few decent laughs in its last half hour, I don't think this is the worst movie we've ever covered on this show. Not when Meet the Deedles and Jack and The Wild and Snow Globe and a few other movies exist. But this, I think, did drive us the most insane. There's a difference between a movie being bad and a movie being maddening.
I'm gonna murder your randomizer.
Big old Disney minus. Bagok, bok, bok, bagok, bok, bok. Who's got stuff to plug?
Check me out on Patreon.
Chick you out on Patreon?
Yes, there's chicks on Patreon.
I have lost my mind.
I've seen them.
Patreon.com/Brianna Cherry Garcia. I do stickers and prints and cutesy stuff. Come check out my art.
You can check out my cosplays that don't involve fursuits or furries at TTreyBat on Instagram.
I mean, that we know of.
I could start a Patreon.
Oh, dear.
We will never know what he wanted that $500 for.
His Patreon.
He had a very spicy art commission.
You know what? For $500, I'll draw it.
Furries pay good money.
It's true. I have a lot of respect for them.
I'm at The Wire, too, on Twitter. And if you follow Tony Goldmark, I'm in his orbit, usually.
And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at Tony Goldmark. You can also follow this show on Twitter at EFVD Podcast. I've also got a Facebook fan group you can join called Some Jerk with a Fan Club. And I've got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tony Goldmark, where you can find all 3 seasons of my web series, Some Jerk with a Camera, along with a bunch of other videos about movies and theme parks, and even a few scant episodes of this very podcast. You can find every episode of this podcast at pipedreampodcast.com, as well as all the usual outlets like Audible, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. If you like what you've been hearing and you'd like to help us out, please subscribe, please leave a review, please give us 5 stars, please share with your friends and enemies. All that stuff helps us get discovered by the almighty algorithm.
All hail the algorithm.
All hail the great chicken algorithm.
Bagok.
If you'd like to help us out even more, you can donate to my Patreon, patreon.com/Tony Goldmark, where if you pledge any amount, even the bare minimum of $1 a month, you get to hear new episodes of this podcast ad-free and 1 day early. Once again, that's patreon.com/Tony Goldmark. Special thanks to all my patrons. You don't know how much it means to me. And speaking of Patreon, next week we begin our 4th annual Patreon Request Month. I have received dozens upon dozens of requests for episode topics from my beloved Patreon patrons. I've assembled those requests into a short list, and we're gonna spend the month of August covering 5 of them, picked by, what else, the almighty randomizer. And I am now joined by one of my guests on next week's episode, Laura Crone. How you doing, Laura?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Are you ready to read off the first of 5 randomizer picks for Patreon Request Month 2023?
I sure am.
Okay, Smart House, initiate random shuffle mode, please.
Initiating random shuffle mode.
Make a selection.
And the winner is
The Superhero Squad Show, Season 1, Episode 19, Election of Evil, ! 2010. Requested by Gordon Rajani.
All right, join us next week on Escape from Vault Disney when we kick off this year's Patreon Request Month with the Superhero Squad Show, Season 1, Episode 19, Election of Evil.
Come on home where your video's playing. Good times are waiting, it's true. Come where your family is waiting for Walt Disney and you. Walt Disney and you. Walt Disney and you.
We've been bamboozled!